Hello, our business partners, and welcome to a Wednesday webinar. This is Jodi Soper, your Vice President of Skincare. And oh my goodness, I am so thrilled to be able to take a few minutes and do something that I am most passionate about. And that is really field development and training and how it relates to our products in skincare, but with the whole story of Kyani and all our amazing products. So we're going to spend some time today talking about the Lookbook and how powerful that tool is for your business. And I'm going to touch on here a little bit about an application of using your Lookbook. You know, our tools don't, survive in a vacuum. They all kind of work with you, with the other tools that you're using. And it's just a powerful force for you to have multiple ways to connect with people on our products and our business. You know, when you are prospecting with the business, you look at multiple exposures of our business with someone in a short amount of time. You know, it's also true when you are talking to consumers or even new business partners, you want them to have multiple exposures of the product side of our business. You know, I think that there's people who love chocolate ice cream and there's people who love vanilla ice cream. And you know what? If there was just chocolate, you would remove all these other people who love vanilla. If there was just vanilla, you'd lose all the people who love chocolate. It's McDonald's just doesn't sell one burger, right? So Kyani's got lots of great products that benefit people. And that Lookbook is the most powerful tool to share the whole story of Kyani. And I've been out doing some road shows and having lots of fun with our business partners. And I love showing how easy it is that anybody can use this Lookbook. Anyone can, use the Lookbook and engage in sensory selling to not only increase your sales and most importantly retention, but also really help those new business partners who come in who might come in from one product line. So when you're looking at, sharing our products, and that would be at any of your business opportunity meetings, your PBRs, your regionals, your large events, your small events, using the Lookbook and setting up product stations that go along with your Lookbook really allow you to do two things. It allows you to engage in sensory selling where it becomes the emotional connection between a consumer and a product without you really being in that picture, which is ultimately what you want. And it also allows you to come back to that Lookbook and really engage on the logic side, some of the great interesting benefits and features of our products from what they've experienced. So when you're in a small setting and you're using the Lookbook, you can engage with the products at the same time. If you are in a large setting, we've done these in Dallas and Boston. We had real live guests and I was doing a training with them. We showed them how they could engage with the products and how we came back to the Lookbook where we tied all of it together. But however you use the Lookbook, there's lots of great tools that go with it. So I love when I'm really sharing that product side and really engaging in that and wanting to use that Lookbook with it is really setting up sales stations. So when you're using this Lookbook, we're going to kind of go through it. We'll flip through some of the pages. I'll give you some tips and tricks in using it. But I think probably one of the most powerful pages in this Lookbook is really what happens when you link Kyani. And it talks about the three buckets of products where people might find themselves in. And, we've got an amazing business side. Kyani is a two-sided coin, but when it comes to that product side, you're going to find people fit into one of those three buckets, probably all of them, but you're going to be able to find out which bucket, really speaks to them first, whether it's the feel good, look good, or the do good. And it really works perfectly with your client profile sheet. So it's great. The client profile sheet fits right in to your Lookbook. And as you've looked at the client profile sheet, and I'll pull it up in a minute, the first part of it up until this line is really your discovery, right? That moment when you can engage and get to know someone that you're talking about the products. And ultimately, our business partners are people who are also using our products. So it helps you really learn about them as well. The bottom part of this customer profile sheet is all about the closing, and I'll tell you what that means in a minute. But when you're sharing this Lookbook and you're setting this up, think about how you set up your products. And I'm not sure if you know in your back office, but you've got amazing sell sheets that go with each of these products. I just set up where I can just put the sunset, and I print it off in the back. I just printed off this page, this little sell sheet that talks about sunset and makes a nice placeholder behind your product. You can set up product stations for each of those, again, that match with your lookbook. Small setting, you can be engaging with these products when you are, as you're hitting each one of them. In a large setting, you can have everybody go through product stations and then gather to kind of go through the lookbook. But really simple, just even when people could just notice how small the sunset is, it gives you that talking point. If you've ever have anyone raise their hand when you get to sunset, talking about fish oil tablets, and they talk about how big they are, you can reference. I mean, that's a great talking point where people get that visual. Same thing with our skincare. I just pulled one of each product here. But when you look at being able to showcase a product, when you're using the lookbook and you're really getting into a product experience or engaging in that product side of your business meetings, this is really designed as a marketing sell sheet. It's got features, benefits, and again, it talks to you about that. The backside is I like to put on how to apply. If I have someone engaging and has a lookbook, or they're going through a product station, this pretty much tells the story, right? Again, all about duplication. They can read about key benefits, and they can see how to apply and be able to engage in putting the product on their hand right there, right? It's not even, you can just read right off of it. And again, I love the do good part, because I know you're not aware, in the back office, there's this whole consumer piece that's really for the public or for our customers on potato pack purchasing options. So, look at how you display your products, that they fit and work with the lookbook, so you can really seamlessly tell the product side of the story. So I'm going to pull the lookbook up so you can kind of go through it a little bit and talk about some of the key benefits. So let me share my screen with you as we pull up this lookbook. And if I can find it, it is... Let me find it here. Found it just open a second ago. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to pull the lookbook up, and we're going to go through these pages. And I love it because when you think about using your lookbook, and I want you to think about this as a tool where you are absolutely customizing it to fit you. And what I mean by that with using the lookbook is that you want to be able to go in and take notes on your lookbook, so you can really make it your own, because again, this is all about duplication. And when you're able to do that and engage in making this lookbook your own, it really helps you be able to, again, stay on track and keep that level of duplication. And I have notes written in mine. But when you look at Kyani, what I love on this, when you're sharing this with someone, it's always great where you really want to hit that connect with Kyani. You sometimes might not reach a customer when there might be a special promotion going, but you want them to be able to know where they can, with Kyani Inc. on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or Twitter, where they can kind of follow what's going on. And we do great things. As all of you know, we do great giveaways, we do fun promotions. You want people to stay connected to Kyani. When you are looking at this lookbook, and again, this lookbook, the first part of it is all on that amazing business side, or on the product side. The back portion of the lookbook, after carrying hands, is on the business side. When I'm looking at leading in a product and talking about the product piece of Kyani, I want to reference the business side as well, but I'm not going to spend time on it. I want them to know that that's there. And when you look at this amazing welcome from Kirk, you're probably not going to read the whole thing. But I want you to highlight maybe a sentence or two that speaks to you. And this is true for your whole lookbook. I love talking about our mission, to bring hope of a promise of a better life through wellness and opportunity. And that really sums up who we are. And that gives you a minute to tell your story about why you came into Kyani. So great opportunity for you to touch on the founders, touch on your story right in with this piece. I love using this sentence here in this welcome message about, we really bring the best of nature and science together. And we also have an amazing compensation plan for all our hardworking business partners that are around the world in 60+ countries. And that's what I let people know. If I'm leading with just a product, we're not going to talk about the business side of it. There's our business partners all around the world make incredible money for the work that they put into this. They work really hard and they have amazing benefits. And the business side of it, they talk a little bit about like amazing dream cars that some of them are able to earn, and the income side of our amazing business. You know what, that's there for you. And if that's not, if that's something that might be of a curiosity, or maybe you're looking for some unspoken for income that's not already being spent every month for bills, and that might fit you, take a look at that. Take a peek at it, snoop around on that business side of it, but we're not covering it tonight. We're going to really go in and cover what I love, and that's the product side, which leads to what happens when you live plan. I think everyone can agree that we all want to look and feel our best, and all want to make a difference in the world in our own way. And I love that because all three of those are available for you with Kyani. So whether you want to feel good, or whether you want to look your best, or you want to do good, we have something for everyone. So as I share with our lookbook and we go through some of these amazing products, and you had a chance to play with the products, engage with the products, you are going to find that bucket that fits you or resonates with you. I guarantee it. So I want you to kind of be thinking that in the back of your mind of what is most important for where you are right now. And again, the business side's there, but we're just talking about the amazing product side. That leads you to talk into the whole story with Kyani. And if you're someone who really loves to focus on one product line or another, you can just say today or tonight, we're going to focus mostly on the feel-good bucket, or we're going to focus mostly on the look-good bucket. But I always, again, there's chocolate and there's vanilla ice cream, right? And there's chicken nuggets and hamburgers at McDonald's. You want to make sure, again, that you share all the great products. When you think about, being able to use a tool like this, it allows someone to not be in a yes or no situation, right? We want everyone to be able to have the most amount of success possible. And that really allows you to be able to grow your business. And when you put yourself into an either or, again, what bucket really speaks to you, the products and the feel good, the products and the look good, you are opening yourself up to have a higher percentage of closing instead of just selling from one bucket. Why would you do that? So in the Triangle of Health, in each of these pages, and we're going to try to keep this training as short as I can. I'd love to be able to spend lots of time training with all of you. It's really taking, again, highlight what's important. You notice that each of these pages has a call out. Like in this one on the Triangle of Health, the call out is the ability of nitric oxide to support nutrient delivery is called the nitro effect. This gives you a minute to talk about what is the nitro effect, and then talk about the three products that really come together to make our Triangle of Health. We have correct usage on this page. I love to really get into the correct usage on each of the products when you get to each single product. Again, when you look at Sunrise, we give you a lovely call out that talks about combining the superfoods, 22 superfoods. I have a note on mine saying water soluble. It gives me a moment to talk into what does that mean. I also have highlighted here, which I always like to talk about, is really about the 10 essential vitamins and the 74 minerals in a single serving. And really, when you start to think about how many people are not getting all the nutrients that they have, this is so convenient. The large bottle here is fantastic for a product display, even if people are only engaged in the sensory selling by taking a packet. But great being able to use both products here, both types of way the product comes when you're sharing the products. But this is fantastic, being able to make a note on that, and after they've already experienced Sunrise, they've tasted it, they've engaged in it, and you're hitting some key benefits. So using those Wednesday webinars that we've been doing, that Andrew and Skylar and all of our great people that we have in Kyani, as they're doing certain things and something really sticks out to you about information on maybe the Sunrise or about nitro or about a certain ingredient, jot it down on your lookbook so you can use that. I mean, this is just such a great tool for you to use when you're sharing the products. And again, thinking about how it comes from a place of duplication. If you are sharing this with me, you are sharing your lookbook and you're covering some certain things and you have some notes on it, I would think I could do this too. I don't have to be a nutritionist to speak into the Triangle. I don't have to be a dermatologist or an esthetician to speak into the skincare line. Again, on Sunset, we have another call out for you. Again, I'm mark on mine about lipid soluble. I've highlighted salmon on there. It talks about some different ways where you can speak into Sunset. And again, we have so many people that have so many testimonials on some of these products. If you're in a group setting where somebody has used the product, by all means, have them give a 1-minute testimonial as you're going through the lookbook, because again, people want to hear from other people, right? Most people want to do what most people do, and most people want to hear true stories. That's why word of mouth and relationship selling is so important. You know, think about too your favorite products in Kyani, because you know a lot of times we look for hot buttons that people have, but when you start to speak into your own hot button, when you start to speak from your own consumer truth, there's so much power in that, from that authentic place, that quite often you might not even know someone's hot button, but they resonated with what they're saying, and they want that same solution, or they understand and they're seeking to find something that's going to help with that too. So again, thinking about what your favorite products are and not being afraid to spend an extra minute or two on something that really is your consumer truth. On nitro, I love this. You know, there's so many great facts about nitro, but I love where you can really talk about in the second paragraph how it talks about how your ability to help your body produce nitric oxide, and that the nitrates are converted into the stomach into nitric oxide. Again, it gives you an opportunity to say, hey, here's how this happens. And here's some of the key benefits from it. You know, we do product stations and we're sharing it. A lot of times people have used little teeny cups where people can try the nitro. Again, that's with your sensory selling. But there's a lot of great information right here on your lookbook. And again, every time I do this, I really just kind of highlight the key things that I've highlighted in here, because again, it's very simple. Our products are amazing, and being able to engage in that sensory selling allows for you to really be able to, you know, touch on the highlights without overwhelming people. Like, you know, dazzling them with details isn't usually how you're going to help someone. You're going to give them details and it might go whoosh. By keeping this very simple and finding out what speaks to you in this lookbook makes it very simple. When we get into the fluoresce system, we talk a little bit about the Swiss apple extracts. You know, when we look at that ingredient that is actually what we use when we talk about that story is called Malus domestica. And don't forget, you've got that training guide that goes through every ingredient. I usually take those, a product training guide with me every time I'm out. But when you want to look at, well, where do I get some more details about maybe a key ingredient, or maybe some notes on this, don't forget on Vimeo, and I'll pull that up for you, there's a whole section on tips and trainings, product details, knowing that story. You might be listening to this, you might go, ooh, I love that sentence about the apple. And I'm going to write this down on my lookbook page because that was super awesome. So making sure you use those other trainings that you've engaged in to really kind of help make this story your own as you're sharing it through the lookbook. But again, the key elements are all right here. I love being able to talk about this paragraph about how does it work. You can read right off of that. And then who should use or could use fluoresce. I mean, what's amazing is our product line is designed for all skin types, because we're not just surfacely treating. We're really coming in and looking with both product lines, right? Our nutritional line and our skincare line of comprehensive skin health. So we've got phenomenal products. So talking about who can use this product line really allows you to kind of say, this is really for everyone. And again, each of the products that we have, the boosting cleanser all the way through, again, it talks a little bit about a call out here. And again, if you listen to some of the product details, you might find an ingredient. I love when I'm talking about the boosting cleanser. One of my favorite ingredients is the sugar maple leaf extract, which is a natural alpha hydroxy acid. So even though this cleanser is smooth and is creamy, it is a really powerful cleanser, not only with just the high level of noni that we have, which is so powerful from a vascular standpoint, to really help prepare your skin for all the amazing rest of the products that you're going to put on it. But it also has that alpha hydroxy acid that helps lift those dry skin cells off that top layer, your epidermis. So I love being able to mention that. But again, when you listen to some of those other trainings, you might find an ingredient that really sticks out to you. Make a note of that. And again, the instructions for use. You can go, if you're doing each of these products in a small setting, everyone's just kind of passing along the cleanser with a little water on their hand. You feel how smooth it is. They rinse it off. Quite often they notice a difference in their hands from just the cleanser alone. So awesome opportunity to do engagement in that sensory selling with all our products. But again, they could have gone through that all before you got into the lookbook and just kind of finalized your presentation by hitting some of these key points. Again, the serum, I love talking a little bit about the serum, how this has the highest level of concentration of the Swiss apple extract, the Malus domestica, in our serum. And I love this call out because it is a high performance product. There was without a doubt that our serum is not a high performance product. It does amazing things. And even if someone is in love with their other product line or currently in love with their other product line and they're not ready to switch, if they are not using a serum like this, which I'm almost 100% guaranteed most are not, you know what, they definitely want to incorporate this serum into their product line. As you go through each of the rest of our products, again, they tell a little bit, highlights what's important to you, maybe call out. I love calling out the retinol palmitate on our eye cream because that's so powerful to help turn over those dead skin cells, but it's also another high performance product. You only want to use a little bit at a time. Again, our day brightening cream, I love, we've got watermelon fruit extracts in our day cream. It's such a great hydrator. We have coconut oil. Everybody loves the benefits of coconut oil. We use some coconut oil in our brightening day cream. We've got a high level of absorbic acid, vitamin C in our brightening day cream that really helps with that brightening piece. And people love to have vitamin C. It's so good for your skin. On the night cream, again, you can just call out, talk about the night cream. A couple key things that I'm talking about the night cream when I'm going through this is I want them to notice how lightweight the night cream is. This is not something that is going to feel heavy, feel greasy, end up on your pillowcase. It is designed for immediate absorption. So I want people to always notice that, especially when they're engaging, when they're trying the product. And when I touch on that here with the night cream, because I want to manage the action of using that product. And I also like to talk about, we have sodium hyaluronate in our night cream. I'm so excited that we have that ingredient because it's absolutely amazing. But you can really just kind of pick and customize key ingredients that I love talking about. But you can run through this lookbook and hit on some of those key pieces. And I love talking about the fluorescent difference. Might be an opportunity for maybe you just speaking to one of the two pieces of our clinical study. But it also talks about really seeing these great results from our actual business partners. So, and some amazing quotes. So another great page where you can kind of take a minute to talk about the story. Now the last bucket in what happens when you live Kyani is really the doing good, being able to make a difference. And this gives you an opportunity to talk a little bit about caring hands. This is something that you're super passionate. You might have been on a trip. Maybe your upline's been on a trip. It gives you an opportunity to talk about all the amazing things that Kyani is doing in the world for others, and then how they can help. There's ways that you can help with Kyani, and you can hit on some of these points and also go back to where you can talk about how they can purchase a potato pack as a customer, either now or sometime in the future. And then that leads where you can wrap up and say, again, don't forget this amazing business side is here for you as well. What I love too, and let me see if I can pull up that customer profile sheet, because I said I would pull that back up. So on the customer profile sheet, when I'm using that lookbook, I'm having them fill out their information. I want to know a little bit about their skin concerns, right? I'm going to hit my hot buttons and my skin concerns. And one of them was loss of elasticity, firmness in my skin. And I love using fluorescent. I can tell that there's a difference in my skin personally. But this allows you, even if they mark loss of elasticity, firmness in their skin, fine lines and wrinkles. What a great opportunity to address that in the lookbook, but also hit that clinical studies. We can talk about nutritional concerns. What skincare do they currently use? What supplements? When did they last purchase? Because even when they love the eye cream, you're talking about the eye cream, if they just bought an eye cream yesterday, they're probably not going to buy your eye cream yet. So you want to know that so you can go back and work on that sale later with the eye cream. But when you're using this lookbook, it goes so well with the client profile sheet. So even if you were doing this over Zoom, even if you were texting someone and sharing all the great products, you might want to ask these questions even through your text communication, because it really kind of helps set you up. When you're using the lookbook and maybe you're engaging in that product experience where you have that sensory selling, here's where I tell people only fill out to the line until they've either gone through the lookbook, or we've gone through the lookbook and the sensory selling when they've touched and engaged all the products. You see here we talk about products you're interested in. Here's what I like to do. When I go through the lookbook, sometimes I tell them, hey, if there's a product that I'm talking about that you want to learn more about, you're really interested in, earmark it, star that page. Same thing when they're going through the products, having them note of the products that they love. But what I want to do when I get to this and how I close those with the lookbook is, here's all the products we talked about in the lookbook or we played with when you were engaging with our products. I want you to put in order your favorite products. So your absolute most favorite product that you either tasted, tried, put on, engaged with, list that in order of 1 through 9 of your products. And when you set it up that way, and you've worked with the lookbook, you've now allowed the customer to close themselves. So remember, if they show up at any of your events, it's your sale to lose. That means that they're going to do something. It's just deciding what that something is. And if it's not on the business side, it's on the consumer side, then it's a matter of what bucket did they fit into, and then what were their favorite products. So then you can look at what their favorite products were, and then based on budget or what they currently have, figure out what their first order is. So that first order might be, they might have loved the sunrise and they might have loved the serum. Okay, well, that's going to be your first order. They told you what they want. Maybe they fell into that whole feel good where they really are looking for that piece, where they're looking at all three. By all means, get them on the triangle. And then if you look at the next product that they might love, it might have been the eye cream. Well, now you know what you're going to speak into them with next month. So you know to get that second order. Always looking at this lookbook of how to help you use a tool. We've got 3 buckets. I always want you to think about 3 different orders that you can do with your consumers that you have. It ends here on this client profile sheet, and I'll just touch on this before we head off, is are you interested in? And so when I've done a product-led event and have gone through the lookbook and they've kind of learned a little bit about Kyani and our amazing products, I like to ask this question, and there's 3 ways that you could participate. You could have a product experience, and I love to bring people some free goodies and really share this healthy living movement. You can become maybe one of our Prime customers, or you can save some money on free shipping, or you might find yourself curious a little bit about the business opportunity. I want you to cross off today what you absolutely don't want. So that tells me, people always know what they don't want, right? They always know that. That tells me, and it would tell you, that you have a 50% chance of being able to move them forward into the pipeline on one of those other 2. Again, they're telling you, and you're allowing that customer or that prospect to lead themselves into where they want to go. And it gives you an opportunity to list friends and family or acquaintances, learning more about Kyani. And I love using the word introduce over refer. So again, just using this client profile goes perfect with your lookbook. And thinking about at the end here, as we look at going through and using this lookbook and giving this out to other people, when you are going through and somebody's come to an event, you've led with products, don't forget you've got amazing samples. So you can use that as a gift. Somebody comes over and you want to gift them the lookbook. What a great opportunity to be able to throw it in a bag. I just put it in a bag here, and then you can add some samples with this. So again, this serum sample is fantastic. Think about maybe popping in a sunrise or a sunset if they've come to one of your events. I never give all 3 of my samples out to someone, but being able to, looks like a lovely gift. If somebody came to maybe a business opportunity meeting, maybe someone came to one of your launch events and they made a purchase, what a great thing. Or as a thank you gift for coming, being able to look at it, being able to gift the lookbook as part with their samples to make a lovely thank you gift. And I want you to think about that. Somebody's going to go home with the lookbook and they might be curious. They might not have told you that they were interested in the business. That personally happened to me in early 2000. Someone invited me to an event. somebody didn't prospect me, but they sent me home with a product catalog. And over that Labor Day weekend, I read that whole product catalog and I closed myself on the business. So could your lookbook that you have be able to offer an opportunity for someone who might not have spoke up that they might be interested in the business? So thinking about making sure you gift those to someone, that there's value in those. Also, you've got a new business partner, someone who just joined. They came to someone's launch event. They joined. What a great place when they're using Kyani Pro and they're engaging and they're learning through those modules. They've also got something tangible that talks about Kyani that they can read as well. And this is a great tool for them to even do some of the very basic beginning training. So, thinking about not just what's in our lookbook, of so much great data, so much great information, very easy for you to tell the whole story in a concise way that somebody else could see them in. But I also wanted you to see, when you're using that lookbook, how in real life that lookbook with the other tools, with the other pieces that we have, that all fits together to help you grow a long-term stable business in Kyani. So I would love to spend more time training, but I know our time's short and we covered so much this evening. So I appreciate everything that all of you do, and I'm always cheering you on. And of course, I love and live Kyani. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Bye-bye.